Good morning to everyone. Here I am going to give an introduction to literary theory. So I have to explain that why we need an introduction to literary theory. The first reason is literary theory is not related to literature in one way because it is a scientific way of approaching a text with different dimensions. So I have to say it is a tool to analyze a text. It will take you to the broad way to analyze a text, and you can understand multiple things from the text, even though from the authors too. So here, what is a literary theory, and what do we mean by a critical perspective? So I have to say it is not a normal perspective to analyze a text. It is always a critical way to analyze the text. So here I have to explain once again that what you know well, that mean by what is literary means. So literary, the word is taken from literatures, and you know well that what is mean by literature and where it is comes from. So the literature comes from the Latin word literarius. So it means by the letters which was written to anyone, or any piece of written work is called literarious. So that is a normal way. So without text, without a word, without something, we can't analyze a particular thing. So that's the reason. That's why we need to know that what is mean by literature. And theory, as all we know, it comes from the Greek word theoria, which means contemplation. You know well that what is mean by contemplation. Contemplation refers to the deepest thinking. So literary theory will always helps you to think in a deeper way, to understand, to analyze the text what is being produced by the author. So literary theory was not developed during the 18th century or 19th century. So always predominantly we can say that it was introduced in the end of the 19th century. So it is not like that. So I have to say that it was not started that in the 19th century. It was started in the ancient times, when Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates have think that how a text was being produced. So always we can understand from the poetics that why Aristotle have said us to analyze the text in deeper. That's why he said to burn poets. No, it was not like that. He was not asked to burn poets. So he was asking us to think the text, and he was asked us to give more importance to the text rather than the author. So here it is Plato's dialogues. Plato's the ancient Greek philosopher encased in literary theory through his dialogue. In work like Republic, he discussed the role of literary in shaping moral and ethical values. So that's why he has introduced mimesis and diegesis too. So mimesis, as all we know that what is mean by mimesis, even now it is predominantly being discussed in literary theory, and diegesis too, it is always being discussed, even though it was not have given so much of importance during the time now. So you know that what is mean by mimesis. And in the 18th century, the Enlightenment, which was being discussed, which was developed during the time, have developed literary theory. And the first thing, the rise of the novel, because rise of the novel have gave more importance to the literary theory, because it is helps the reader, or it helps the theorist to analyze the text in more deeper way. That's why the rise of the novel also one of the reason for the development of literary theory. And So, what are the benefits of studying a work from more than one critical perspective? So, we can learn a lot of things. So, if we are reading a text, we used to enjoy something from the text, and we are not giving more importance to the text rather than enjoying that what is being produced there in the text. But literary theory will give you the exposure of reading a text with more critical perspective. That's what we need. That's why we need critical theory or literary theory to analyze the text. And the romantic era also have gave more importance to the literary theory and the development. Here I have given that how it was being developed in the times of the romantic era, and literary criticism as a systematic study. Here, Anatomy of Criticism, a wonderful book which was written by Nathan Trofi. It was clear that criticism cannot be a systematic study unless there is a quality in literature which enables it to be so. We have to adopt the hypothesis then that just as there is an order of nature behind the nature sciences, so literature is not a piled aggregate of works but an order of words. So he has discussed, he has here explained in a wonderful way that how literary criticism and literary theory is helping to study the text in the systematic way. So here all the books which is being, I was really influenced by these books. 20th century literary theory, an introduction, an introductory anthology, and David Lodge's 20th century literary criticism, and the Terry Eagleton, which is really wonderful book, which have analyzed, which have compiled all the literary theories in the book. So these are the books really I have been influenced by. So thank you all for your patient listening to this video. Thank you.